Hey, welcome back. This is EC's EDC, and today we're taking a look at the Mystery Ranch Unicorn 2, which was a collaboration with Carryoloy. This is a 22-liter backpack. It is mostly made of X-Pack's X42, and it is a pretty cool, pretty unique bag. It is definitely a smaller form factor. I'd say it probably ends up being a little smaller in real use than 22 liters based on how some of the pocketing works. But we'll talk about all that. This will be just a kind of a walkthrough, not so much a review. And I'll give a couple opinions at the end. So as I mentioned, this is a, well, maybe I didn't mention it, but this bag is made of X-Pack's X42 material all throughout the exterior. On the outside of the bag, you'll find here a stick-it, also called a beaver tail. And in this case, it is not removable. It just folds up or rolls up, if you will, and can be placed down in here to be stowed away. Now this bag comes with metal G-hooks that are stock on this. I happen to have Cobra buckles installed on 2 Hypalon tabs, which are hidden in these little recesses. But that stick-it hides the traditional tri-zip that you see on the majority of Mystery Ranch bags. So let's take a look at the exterior now that it's a little bit more exposed. We have 2 side pockets here, and that zipper path runs just like that. The zippers on this bag are YKK AquaGuard zippers. This has been around for quite a while now, so these zippers are pretty worked in, nice and smooth. The only time I get hung up are kind of coming around the corners, but even those are pretty good. So in traditional Mystery Ranch form, this tri-zip gives you access to the inside of the bag via a couple different methods. You have one center, where is it? There it is. You have one center paracord pull, which opens this center zipper. This zipper is what separates the 2 panels here. So if you just need to get to something at the bottom of the bag, you can rip this open, and your stuff's right here. Alternatively, you have access kind of as a top loader. And the 2 zippers at the top of the Y allow you to access the brain of the bag. And this is the brain up here. Just make sure this is open. And that would flip up, and you can then dig in from the top. So very traditional Mystery Ranch style backpack, definitely catered towards that outdoor appearance. You have the Futura harness on this backpack, which is incredibly comfortable and adjustable. This bag came default in size small medium, which is going to fit the majority of people. It's preference, but the large, extra large, is for definitely bigger folks, or folks who choose to have a little bit more space or choose to decide how this strap kind of contours on their body. So we got our tri-zip. We've got the water bottle pocket here on the side. Well, we'll look at that. There are 2 external pockets, and they are the same. So I guess we'll open it up and we'll start looking at these. So 22-liter bag, and because all of this stuff is hidden on the inside, you're going to start competing for space. Your stuff in the bag will sort of fight with this because this isn't dedicated volume. Now inside here we have we have sort of the water bottle pocket, which goes behind this orange material here, and that has one dedicated zipper and then also two stash pockets. These are smaller. I don't find myself really using those. I actually don't even use the zipper too often just because of how tight the bag gets. But I do find it fits, you know, the majority of skinnier water bottles, you're not going to get a big Nalgene inside this pocket, but that does work there and it hides it pretty well. You have that same pocket over here, no difference at all. Zippered pocket, the stash area, and then again you have that slip pocket right in front. There's two slip pockets there, which, you know, are hard to get to because this does not open all the way. If that zipper track kind of mimicked the top and folded out, you would have way better access to what's inside here, but they chose to just have it terminate down here where this Hypalon pull tab is. Now, there are actually quite a lot of Hypalon pull tabs here. These are also attachment points. If you wanted to get creative with how you lash your gear, these are going to be options for you. I have found that Hypalon does wear out over time, so we'll see if any of these end up creating fraying or, you know, even rip. But we'll see. So we'll take one more look at that stick it, because I didn't actually talk about it. I just kind of stowed it so we can see what the bag looks like. Now this has a series of webbing. So the stick it, let's start with the basics. The stick it is here to provide you with additional volume. At 22 liters, it's not really that big. Maybe this is an EDC bag, a light hiking bag, but when you find yourself needing more space, the stick it's actually going to benefit you. This expands, maybe hard to see, but the extra nylon is currently Velcroed here, so it kind of keeps it nice and tidy. But this will expand outwards, so the stick it protrudes from the bag, and you can toss your stuff in behind it. Great for helmets, great for blankets, whatever you want, you know, get creative, but this will give you some additional volume outside the bag. So with that said, let's undo the Cobra buckles. We'll roll this back up. So we've looked at our two side pockets. We'll look inside the bag very soon. We've talked about the Hypalon pull tabs. There are two more of those in here. That's how the Cobra buckles are connected. And at the top of the bag, we have a large loop field here. This is where the custom patch with this collaboration was placed. I don't usually keep those on here. I'll probably end up buying a silencer to kind of remove, if you will, the loop field. But this is the brain of the bag, and it is accessible behind these AquaGuard zippers. And so up here, you're going to have your standard Mystery Ranch stash pocket. There is a key lanyard in here as well with a nice Duraflex clip to contain your keys. But unlike some of the other bags on the Mystery Ranch line, you also get this nice stretch pocket here. Great place to stow your wallet or something a little bit more security than just in this open pocket here. But these brain pockets, they're very large. They end up being very convenient. Big fan of those as a quick access pocket in general. So as we move towards the back of the bag, we're going to see the contoured Mystery Ranch strap that you see on a lot of bags. This has the Mystery Ranch style sternum strap, but with this specific bag, it did come with a metal fidlock magnetic buckle, which has been engraved with Mystery Ranch's logo. The bag also, up here, it does have load lifters. At 22 liters, you know, maybe something more like 20 liters, I would say the load lifters might be a bit unnecessary, but they are nice to have, and you know, it's good. I'm glad they're there. So the Futura harness, which is incredibly comfortable, is adjustable behind here. This allows you to sort of, it's very hard to adjust, but this top piece is Velcroed behind this foam padding. And you can raise and lower this length so that it's more custom to your body in case you need this a little higher off the top of your back or up off the top of your butt. You can change that height with adjusting this, which is a really nice feature. Here we have the external access for the laptop compartment. This laptop compartment is large enough to fit a 16-liter MacBook Pro. So if you were wondering, it does fit. It's close, but it fits. And then over here, we have a bladder hose pass-through. So if you were gonna hike with this bag, planned on putting a water bladder inside, this is where you'll pass your hose through, allowing you to get access to your liquids. So, you know, we can mention it. We got a pretty simple handle up top. This is just a couple pieces of nylon. There's no padding here. It's raised off the top of the bag to give you nice, easy access. High enough, but not too high. And I guess the only other thing to mention is the zipper pulls. You know, in traditional Mystery Ranch style, you've got simple paracord with a little bit of heat shrink tubing to give you a little substance to grab onto. But let's open this bag and see what the inside looks like. All right. So all AquaGuard zippers, these were stiff at first, but definitely have loosened up over time. So what have I got in here? So first up, I've got a sling. You never know if you need a sling. They pack down pretty small, so I tend to carry that with me most of the time. I've got my Cap 1 for daily tech needs, you know, minimal tech needs. I have my headphones for my commute. I got my moleskin notebook. And that's gonna give you, that's all the main things out of here. So I have one triple op booster pod also in X42 to match the bag, which I have attached here via Fidlock snaps on the webbing sewn into the outside of the laptop compartment. Now each wing on the inside has a mesh pocket. This is not stretch mesh. It is very durable feeling, and it does give you some transparency so you can see if there's something in there and what exactly you're looking for. And I've just got 2 topo pouches stashed in there. I tend to carry those with me most of the time. So this, in this pocket here, I've got a Civic half cap. And you can see how, it might be tough to see, but when this outer pocket has something behind this orange holder or sleeve or pocket, that's going to fight with the space here. So this is meant to sort of expand inwards, which eats into your capacity down here. I especially notice it, you know, when you have a bottle, because obviously the bottle is a hard object and it's not going to, you know, maybe smush a little bit or conform to whatever else the bag's fighting with space for. So one thing to mention there is just, you know, you got to be cognizant of how you pack this out. Sometimes the water bottle won't fit if you pack everything in here first. So I tend to, you know, put the bottle in here, pack things around it, make sure it all fits. And most of the time I don't have an issue, but it is definitely a tight 22 liters. So throw stuff back inside real quick. And yeah, I mean that's about it. It's a nice bag. I do like the Mystery Ranch sort of vibe, or you know, aesthetic. The tri-zip. It did take me, I won't lie, it did take me quite a few bags to get used to using the tri-zip on a regular basis. I wasn't a fan of it at first. I found it a little cumbersome. But over time, you know, with anything, you adjust and you get used to, you know, the different characteristics of different bags. And I've come to enjoy using this bag. I also think it looks really unique. I get a lot of comments on this one specifically, mostly on the color. I think the olive X42 looks really nice. And, you know, it paired with this olive Cordura on the straps gives it, you know, a very subtle but very subtle difference in color there. So that is the Mystery Ranch and Carryology Unicorn 2 walkthrough. Pretty cool bag. If you can find them, they're going to be on the secondary, you know, used markets. eBay will have them, I'm sure, for lots and lots of money, but pretty cool bag. I'm not sure if I'd ever pay retail for this one specifically. Had the opportunity to, and I passed and ended up finding it for a little bit cheaper down the line. But awesome backpack, and you know, quality build from Mystery Ranch, so you can't go wrong. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.